Hi kids, hi parents, welcome to the art garden. Today I'm going to talk about clay, and I chose to talk about clay today because I took an amazing workshop at the Expressive Arts Institute in San Diego where we did a lot of creative projects and things, and one of them was working with clay, and it jogged my memory about how much fun it is to work with clay. And it's not something I typically would teach in the classroom because it is very involved when you have 35 kids. So I want to tell you what I know about clay and how you can, different ways parents and kids you can use it at home. So the first clay, and I want to tell you the second thing. So the second thing is my mother came from Los Angeles and brought me some of my old, just so happens, some of my old clay stuff out of the garage just because they were cleaning the garage. Didn't know I was thinking about clay. Look at these little things from probably when I was like 5 years old, 6 years old. This is the traditional kiln fired clay. If you have a kiln, that's awesome. And what was neat about it is as I held them, I had actual memory of making it, especially this one. I remembered like how at the top it started getting crumbly, and I didn't have enough water and I didn't know how to thicken it out. So it was neat. I actually didn't remember looking at it, but then when I felt it, I had that memory. And that's what's so cool about clay, is it's completely tactile. So I'll show you the little piece I made at the Expressive Arts Institute. It's just a little piece I can hold in my hand. And then I'll show you another clay piece. I warn you, I'm not a clay artist, but I made this in another creativity class. This is a little bird's nest. And you can see I added twigs and little feathers, and I have a bird for every member of my family. You can't see them, but there's 5 little birds. And actually, this is just the regular clay. This isn't even self-drying clay. So this is like the cheap clay you can buy at Michael's in the huge slab, and this is a great option if you have a place to be messy. Other kinds of clay, going all the way back to the beginning, there's Play-Doh. There's absolutely nothing wrong with Play-Doh. It's a little plasticky, but you also can make your own. Cheap, easy, you can find something, the recipe's on the internet, or I'll try and remember to post one, but it's a very easy recipe. You can make a lot of it. You can color it. And then I found this clay, and this is the one I'm going to use today for my sample, Model Magic. It is a little plasticky, but I kind of like it because it's not messy at all, and you do get a clay experience, and you can have it without any mess. So, I'd suggest trying them all, but the downside of this too is it's a little expensive, so use your coupons. It comes in white. I think it comes in colors, but I just colored this by putting some paint in it. And, the way I'd suggest using any of the clays, including this one, is first you want to work it in your hands. And this is what she had us do at the Expressive Arts Institute. And, with these kinds of clays, you got to really, really work them. You got to pound them. But this one, you can just kind of shape, and then I'm going to do a bird. And what you do is you just sort of shape it. There's its tail. There is its little beak. And then I can take some water. I'll show you what I've got going down here. I have a handkerchief that I'm working on and a little glass of water. And I might just take a little water. Let me turn this down so you can see it. A little water. And you can use a little water just to soften it and maybe make a little more detail. And there's your little bird. And then if you want, you can add things onto it, like you can stick in a feather or a button with, things you've been saving. And I will show you how my bird came out. This is one I made at another workshop a couple months ago. And this is how it dries. It actually dries really nice without a kiln. It just dries. And you can see I punched a hole in the top going down so I could hang it. And this one actually, I worked with the white clay. And then before it was dry, I just painted it, I think, with watercolor. Or paints or acrylics maybe. But what's cool about this particular clay is you can do just about anything with it. You know, you can see I added the little, the little eyes. I think those are beads. And I have a little gold paint. And like I said, I just stuck like a toothpick all the way through this so I could hang it. So that's clay. And I don't have a lot of work in clay, so I would love to see what other people do. I hope if you work in clay in any of the forms I showed you, that you post on the Art Garden. I really have a goal that I want to get that community going. I think it'll be so great for your kids, especially the homeschooling, unschooling crowd, that they have a place they can comment with other kids about art and start using the language. And as soon as I see more people on there, I'm going to do a video about how to talk about each other's art. So invite your friends, invite everybody, and come and do art with us at the Art Garden. Thank you, and have fun with clay.